That's probably my teta done. So, love you and leave you there, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you wish to. And I'll see you later. Don't taunt me, Sunderland. Don't you dare taunt me with this. Sunderland, I swear to God, you've just ruined my sleeping pattern. You've just... How can I go to sleep after watching that video? Sunderland AFC is delighted to welcome Jermain Defoe back to the Stadium of Light. One of the greatest Premier League goalscorers of all time, the iconic striker returns to Wearside and signs an initial contract until the end of the 21-22 campaign. Defoe arrives on a free transfer following his departure from Rangers Football Club, having helped the Scottish Giants secure a record-breaking 55th league title, the club's first in a decade. Only 8 players have scored more Premier League goals than the 39-year-old, who has represented West Ham United, Tottenham Hotspur and Portsmouth in the top flight and netted over 300 goals during a glittering 23-year career. Signed from Toronto FC in January 2015, his first spell on Wearside was simply unforgettable as the striker cemented an enduring legacy on and off the pitch. Defoe scored on his home debut and notched against Swansea City, but it was on the 5th of April 2015 that he wrote his name into Wearside folklore by netting one of the greatest ever Stadium of Light goals in a 1-0 victory over Newcastle United. His unstoppable form continued throughout the 2015-16 and 2016-17 seasons as he scored 33 times in 74 games, and he inspired millions along the way by striking up an eternal bond with Bradley Lowry. Best mates, the duo walked out at the Stadium of Light together on numerous occasions as they captured the hearts of many across the world in March 2017 when Lowry led out the 3 Lions at Wembley Stadium and Defoe scored on his coveted England return. The striker departed in June 2017 following the club's relegation from the Premier League, and he joined AFC Bournemouth, returning to Dean Court 16 years after joining the Cherries on loan from West Ham United. Upon his return, Defoe said, "I can't stop smiling because this is a special move for me for many reasons. I've had so many messages saying, remember when you said you would come back? As I said that I would one day. When I left, I wasn't ready to leave. I had a special bond with the fans here and the club is in a fantastic position to get promoted. I want to be a part of more special times here and I'm looking forward to it." Christian Speakman added, "We all know how highly regarded Jermain is amongst our fan base and within the wider community. He returns at a crucial time in our season and we firmly believe that he can have a positive influence on and off the pitch. Jermain's personality is infectious and his mindset is elite. He is a proven winner and a goal scorer and we are delighted to welcome him back to the Stadium of Light." The video that I think I've been wanting to make, and I think that everybody has been wanting, Sunderland YouTubers, fan media, Rogue Report, Wise Men Say, Macam in the Middle, whoever it is, all the YouTubers as well, wanting to talk about. Jermain Defoe has returned to Sunderland. This is particularly special for me because, obviously as someone who's only been into football since 2011, Jermain Defoe is the first Sunderland player, well, my favourite Sunderland player, not just for the fact that in the Premier League, especially when we barely created anything for him, he scored double figures in his 2 full seasons at Sunderland, but it's the fact of what he was like with Bradley Lowry off the pitch, which I think for me cemented him as a Sunderland legend. And I'm sure Bradley Lowry himself, up there in the heavens, the little guy, will be buzzing his little heart out, and rightly so. The lift this can get... Now, I genuinely think... I think there's logical reasons to signing Jermain Defoe. I don't think it's all entirely sentimental. I think even at his age, I think the quality he's going to have still, if you want to look at the goal he scored for Rangers last season, I think it might have been against Aberdeen, but I can't quite remember, but it was where James Tavernier gets the ball from the right-hand side, right back, crosses it into the box, and Defoe doesn't even have to take a touch. He takes one first-time touch, drills it from a cross coming in from a height, very good height. He drills it into the bottom corner. That alone tells you the quality that this bloke still possesses. And whoever we were going to get in League One, and there were some the strikers I would have had. I would have took Clark Harris, I would have took Freddie Dapo, but I think they would pale in comparison to Jermain Defoe, just because that's not against them. They haven't been at the level this guy has. And although he probably might have lost a yard of pace, he'd probably be a bit slow. Obviously he's going to be older. This will probably be his last club, I would imagine, that he's going to play for. he doesn't lose that quality for me. He just doesn't lose that quality. And imagine if, say, Defoe is on the bench for some games, or the games that he isn't starting. Imagine that opposition defenders are up against Ross Stewart, and then they're seeing Defoe coming off the bench. They're going to be bricking themselves, I promise you. So, for me, if Sunderland can sort the defence out, I would be very, very annoyed not to get top 2. People can clip that in a few months' time when we end up finishing 6th and losing the playoff semi-finals again, but I think if we can sort our defence out, we have every chance of going up automatically. That doesn't mean we will do it, but we have a chance. And yeah, Defoe, obviously, there's been reports about that his first choice being Sunderland. Look, we know for a fact he'll be on a fairly substantial wage compared to League One, but for me, I think the likes of Ross Stewart could thrive off Defoe. The players could thrive off the personality and the standards that Defoe brings with him. This is quite a few logical reasons to do this, and I now would not be surprised. And first of all, this is the lift I think people needed after the weekend. But for the home games, for the rest of the season, I would not be surprised to see a couple of extra 1,000 tickets coming through the doors. Anyway, I'm off to bed now, because I am shattered. I've been refreshing every few minutes on Twitter for this to happen. Love you and leave you there, and I'll see you all later. Jermain Defoe's back. Epic. And like, comment and subscribe if you wish to.